Today's important news. Yesterday, December 25th, is Good Governance Day. India celebrates every year on December 25th as Good Governance Day. Good governance is very important for progressive country. Good governance includes transparent, accountable, responsible, time-bound, inclusive, and proper grievance redressal mechanism also. In India, government from time to time is taking many steps to ensure good governance, including Pragati, proactive governance and timely implementation, CP Grams, centralized public grievances and redressal and monitoring systems, Mission Karma Yogi, capacity building in civil services, RTI, right to information, citizen charters, etc. All these mechanisms aim to ensure good governance in the country. So, good governance also means ethical governance. More importantly, good governance also is an essential prerequisite for, for betterment of the society and the people. Okay, and yesterday is also Atal Bihari Vajpayee's birthday. This year marks his 100th or birth centenary year, and government is organizing many programs. Atal Bihari Vajpayee is an extraordinary man with extraordinary skills. He is not an ordinary politician. I can tell you, he is a statesman. A politician thinks about next election. A statesman thinks about next generation. Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, he was in the parliament for more than 5 decades, and he was an MP from Lok Sabha for 10 times and Rajya Sabha for 2 times. He was the best parliamentarian also, and he was Bharat Ratna. He was also 3 times Prime Minister of India. On one occasion, 13 days Prime Minister. On the other occasion, 13 months Prime Minister. And on the other occasion, 5 years Prime Minister. And he was known for his values in politics. He never deviated from value-based politics. He is a role model for the modern youth and the politicians also in the modern era. Atal Bihari Vajpayee's birthday. And yesterday, there is a bad news. There's an air crash. Azerbaijan Airlines plane with 67 passengers on board crashes near Aktau city in Kazakhstan, burst into flames. A passenger plane from Azerbaijan Airlines burst into flames after crashing near Aktau city of Kazakhstan, and the plane name, the Embraer 190 plane, was en route from Azerbaijan capital Baku to Grozny in Russia's Chechnya area, but it was rerouted due to the fog in Grozny. 62 passengers were on board and the plane along with 5 crew. There are only, it seems, only 29 survivors. And the video footages of that hard crash went viral, and it reflects a very bad situation in that crash area. And there are many stories why crash have occurred. No concrete story or no concrete evidence have come out why it was occurred till date. By evening, I think there will be a concrete news with respect to that. By today evening, we can get a concrete news with respect to that. Yesterday marks 20th anniversary to worst disaster which the mankind have seen, tsunami 2004. 2004 tsunami. It's a time to rethink, reorient ourselves in disaster management activities. It's a time to rethink, reorient ourselves in disaster management activities. Coming to the other important news. Yesterday, Prime Minister Modi ji have laid the foundation for 45,000 crore Ken Betwa River Link project. Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation stone for the Ken-Betwa river link project in Madhya Pradesh, Khajuraho, aimed at solving the water woes of Bundelkhand region, spreading across the parts of Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. The project was estimated to cost around 45,000 crore. Speaking at the event, Mr. Modi credited Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's vision for India's major river valley projects. The major river valley projects of India were based on the vision of Baba Saheb Ambedkar. The Central Water Commission exists today because of the efforts of Dr. Ambedkar. So, next, again a bad news. Mr. Sri M.T. Vasudevan Iyer, one of the India's greatest writers of all time, died yesterday. He was 91. He was also an exceptional scriptwriter who revolutionized the art of screenplay in Malayalam cinema and authored several landmark films. Some of them were directed by Mr. Vasudevan Iyer himself. He was Kerala's most favorite storyteller. Mr. Vasudevan Iyer is Kerala's most favorite storyteller. Coming to the other news. Today, that is December 26th, is Veer Bal Divas. Veer Bal Divas is observed on December 26th to honor the bravery of 4 sons of Guru Gobind Singh, the 10th Sikh Guru. Okay, today is Veer Bal Divas. Next, Prime Minister Modi to launch Suposhit Gram Panchayat Abhiyan on Veer Bal Divas today. Prime Minister Modi ji will preside over the Veer Bal Divas celebrations on December 26th today at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. The event was scheduled to commence in the afternoon, and it will highlight the vital role played with the children as the foundation of Indian culture. On this occasion, Prime Minister Modi ji is going to launch Suposhit Gram Panchayat Abhiyan. What is this Suposhit Gram Panchayat Abhiyan? Suposhit means a mission to focus on improved nutrients sources and overall welfare in the rural areas. The program aims to strengthen nutrition related infrastructure and actively engage communities to tackle malnutrition. So, this is the thing. And December 26 is the birth anniversary of Udham Singh. Today, we celebrate birth anniversary of Udham Singh. Udham Singh, a very brave revolutionary, he assassinated General Dyer, who was responsible for Jallianwala Bagh incident. This is also an interesting news that is coming up today. And BRICS will expand. BRICS is going to expand and BRICS will expand. Russia confirms 9 nations to join as partner states, not member states, but as partner states. 9 nations to join as partner states from January 2025. So, 9 nations are coming up to join as partner states in BRICS. Belarus, Bolivia, Indonesia, Kazakhstan, Cuba, Malaysia, Thailand, Uganda, Uzbekistan. So, from January 1st, 2025, they will officially acquire the status of BRICS partner states. Donald Trump, the president-elect in America, owes death penalty for rapists, murderers and monsters. Actually, have given a retard to Joe Biden, the present president, for commuting the sentences of almost every American federal prisoner on death row. As the president-elect, Donald Trump will take a hard decisions on rapists, murderers and monsters. And South Korea launches a new initiatives to increase birth rates in the country. So, there is a risk of extinction of population in South Korea in a century if South Korea don't take measures. The TFR, total fertility rate in South Korea, is just 0.7%, 0.7. And the TFR for replacement level should be 2.1. But in South Korea, it is only 0.7. In South Korea is super aged society now. More than 20% of South Korean population are 65 plus. For that reason, there was a concern in South Korea, and South Korea now is taking many steps and initiatives to promote childbirth in South Korea. UN General Assembly adopts Convention on Cyber Crimes. The UN General Assembly adopt a new convention to prevent and combat cybercrime, concluding a 5-year negotiations on this topic. The UN Convention Against Cybercrime aims to prevent and combat cybercrimes more efficiently, effectively, including by strengthening international cooperation and by providing technical assistance and capacity building support, particularly for developing countries. So, this is very important. So, UN Convention to combat cybercrime. Next. The other thing is Greenland. You all know recently Trump also told America should control Greenland. Greenland now is facing the heat of global warming. Greenland's ice sheets changing their shape and ice is melting in North Pole. So it might affect the other countries also, not only Greenland. So in Hawaii, Kilauea volcano erupts. You all know volcano eruption is a big thing. And in Hawaii, Kilauea, Kilaua volcano erupted. One of the world's most active volcanoes erupted yesterday, spewed lava almost 260 feet above Hawaii, US volcanologists said. So this is the thing. The paper is full of two important topics, disasters and three topics. 3 articles on disasters, completely on disasters. As this year and yesterday we have marked 20th anniversary of the mishap, that is tsunami. On the 20th anniversary of Indian Ocean tsunami, a time to reflect on the progress made and also the gaps in shaping response and strategy. On the 20th anniversary of Indian Ocean tsunami, it's a time to reflect the progress we made and also to fill the gaps in shaping response and recovery. Mr. J. Radhakrishnan, a 1992 batch IAS officer, Tamil Nadu cadre. So, why Hindu paper published such a beautiful article written by former collector of Nagapattinam, and the collector wrote an article after 20 years about the progress made after 2004 with respect to disaster response and rehabilitation and recovery. Why this collector's article was interesting, and after seeing this article in the morning, I remember the past when I am of your age and preparing the civil service exam. You know why? This collector is a role model for all of us. You know why? Again, Mr. J. Radhakrishnan was a collector of Nagapattinam when tsunami actually occurred in 2004 December. And there were thousands and thousands of dead bodies piled up. The collector has to give an immediate response for that. There is no time even to properly burn and bury the dead bodies. The collector have taken very speed and quick recovery methods, because if you don't remove the dead bodies, if you don't clean up the place, immediately there can be a challenge of spreading of diseases and communicable diseases. So collector called an entire village which is known for conducting last rites, and within 48 hours the last rites of almost all the people who are dead in that area were conducted. Not only that, the collector have taken steps that in that place where, if you see, there is a in Nagapattinam district of Tamil Nadu, there is a very famous church, Velankani Church, where all the people from entire India and also from foreign countries, they definitely visit that church. So it is considered as a, I cannot call it as a church, it's a very big church called Basilica. So hundreds and thousands of people will flock to that place every year. And on that particular Christmas Day night, many people with their piousness and religious attitude, they started sleeping on the floor of the church, and the entire tsunami wave have come, and most of the people and the shops nearby, they all were flooded out, and he has to launch the rescue operations immediately within few hours after that. So this collector has shown exemplary valor while doing that. Even APJ Abdul Kalam, he praised the efforts of collector at that time, collector of Nagapattinam, Mr. J. Radhakrishnan. So after seeing this article in the morning, I really remember the entire episode, what has happened, because we used to consider him as our role model, where the collector acted very fast. Even only after the tsunami, we had Disaster Management Act in India, and also National Disaster Management Authority was constituted. State level disaster management authorities, disaster response force were constituted, and also Disaster Management Act was passed after tsunami in the year 2005. And we also have Sendai framework internationally for disasters. Even Sendai framework is very, very important. So, and there's another article in Hindu about India-Kuwait relations, which we already discussed at length for many times in the last 2-3 days. Done. These are the important news for today.